Hello everyone, welcome back to another video of English language, and in this video I'm going to take lesson number 2 for class 6th, and the chapter name is kinds of sentences. In this chapter we are going to learn about sentences, their kinds, and we will take every kind of sentence individually. In previous chapter you have already learned about sentences, so now let's know more about sentences, that is kinds of sentences. So how many kinds of sentences are there? There are 4 kinds of sentences. They are, first is assertive, or we can also call it declarative. Second is imperative, third is exclamatory, and fourth is interrogative. Now moving on to the first one, the first is assertive or declarative sentence. What is an assertive or declarative sentence? A sentence that declares or states something is a declarative or assertive sentence. In other words, we can say that the sentences in which we declare something or tell any information about something based on our experience is known as assertive or declarative sentence. An assertive or declarative sentence always ends with a full stop. It may be affirmative or negative sentence. It means that a declarative sentence can be written in negative or in positive form. Now here I have taken 2 examples. One is in positive or affirmative and one is negative form. He is a good boy. She did not complete her work. So here are 2 examples. The first example is affirmative sentence and second example is of negative sentence. Let's move on to next kind of sentence, that is imperative sentence. What are imperative sentences? Sentences that expresses a command, request, advice, order or suggestion is called an imperative sentence. Now, in other words, we can say that those sentences in which we express a command for something, request for something, we give advice, we give order or suggestion is known as imperative sentence. It always ends with full stop. It means that imperative sentences will always end with a full stop. Here I have given some examples. First is show me your homework. This is an example of order. Get out of this room. This is an example of command. Wear a helmet while driving. This is an example of advice. Please give me a glass of water. It shows request. Now one thing to be noted here in imperative sentence is that in imperative sentences the verb is in its base form. It does not show tense. The next kind of sentence is exclamatory sentence. What is an exclamatory sentence? A sentence that expresses a sudden and strong feeling or emotion is called exclamatory sentence. In other words, we can say that those sentences in which we express our sudden feelings, sudden emotions about something. It can be a surprise, it can be a feeling of or emotion of anger, it can be an emotion of happiness. Those sentences are known as exclamatory sentences. Exclamatory sentences always ends with an exclamation mark, which we put like this. For example, how sweetly she sings. What a great dancer. What a huge fish. In these sentences, however, we are using how and what, which we use for questions, but these are not questions. In these sentences are exclamatory sentences because here we are using exclamation mark and also we are expressing our feelings or emotions. Now the last kind and the fourth kind of sentence is interrogative sentence. What is an interrogative sentence? A sentence that asks a question is called an interrogative sentence. It means that those sentences in which we ask for something is known as interrogative sentences. Now these sentences mostly starts with who, what, when, where, how, why, right? Now these sentences, and that means that now we are talking about interrogative sentences. These interrogative sentences always ends with a question mark like this. For example, what is your name? Where is your book? These are the examples for interrogative sentence. Now you can see that in the first example we are asking for name. In the second example, we are asking for book. So these are examples of interrogative sentences. Now, what are the points to be remembered about interrogative sentences? An interrogative sentence can be a verb question and begins with words like when, why, who, or how. Now, next is an interrogative sentence can be a question which can be answered with yes or no. It means that in an interrogative sentence, we can answer in yes or no also. For example, here you can see, is your flight cancelled? For this question, we can only answer in yes or no. Second is, do you like watching movies? For this question also, we can answer in yes or no. Note, yes or no questions begins with an auxiliary verb. The auxiliary verb is placed before the subject. Now, let's see another kind of interrogative sentence. Now, we can write interrogative sentence in question tag form also. What are these question tags? Question tags are very short questions added at the end of the declarative sentence. It means that we can write interrogative sentence like this also, that we can use a declarative sentence, and after that, at the end of that declarative sentence, we can add our question tags to form a question. For example, here, you are not going to throw it. Here, this is a declarative sentence in negative form. Here, not is given, so this is a negative sentence. Now, at the end of it, we have added are you. So, the sentence is, you are not going to throw it. Are you? In the second sentence, she is sitting for her exam. Isn't she? Now here also, she is sitting for her exam is a declarative sentence, but it is in positive form. So we have added a question tag here in negative form. So the sentence is, she is sitting for her exam. Isn't she? One thing is to be noted about question tags sentences is that if your sentence is in negative form, you will use positive tag, and if you are using a positive sentence, your question tag will be in negative form, and the verb will not change. The verb you will use in question tag should be the verb you have used in your declarative sentence. Like here, you are not going to throw it, so the question tag is are you, subject, and the verb will remain the same in the question tag. She is sitting for her exam. This is a positive sentence, but we have added not here, but the verb is and the subject she is not changed. So here your chapter ends, your chapter 2 ends. So I hope you have understood this chapter well, and it will help you in doing your worksheets. Till the next video, stay home, stay safe.